Welcome, everybody. Looking forward to an opportunity to meet you folks and to share and discuss some exciting developments in the legal cannabis industry throughout this country and how that can help us business valuators see new opportunities and explore the crazy, wild, and woolly space that's legal cannabis. Quick background. I've been in specialty consulting business now for about 25 years. Our focus in our business is primarily now a lot of litigation work. We get involved in deals that go bad. And when deals go bad, when private placements don't play out as expected and the capital raising initiatives don't pan out as forecasted, folks get upset and folks tend to sue and seek litigation. And that's been a big part of our practice for 20 years. 4 years ago, we jumped into the cannabis space kind of by accident. We had an opportunity to help a group of cannabis lawyers that had all three licenses in Missouri: cultivation, manufacturing, and dispensary. But they had started on a very sophisticated indoor grow facility up in northwest Missouri. Broke ground, started building the building, and found out they were about $5-6 million short of the $12 million they needed to finish off the project. So we jumped into that, loved the experience, and then we decided earlier this year to start a second company that's focused 100% on cannabis, and because we just see terrific opportunities for the things that we do. The basic premise of what we're going to talk about in this session is the importance of, from day one, trying to align the legal cannabis business to critical enterprise value drivers. That's not happening to any large extent anywhere in the country right now. And we noticed that when we took on our first client, and have continued to notice that as we've jumped into this crazy industry. So we want to share with the participants that come some background on the cannabis space throughout the country. The reality is we have roughly, in round numbers, we have about 40 separate markets. Each state is a separate market. And so each state has its own regulatory requirements and restrictions. There's no interstate commerce. So as people are jumping into this space, what we see combinations of investors and capital sources that haven't worked together before, that haven't been involved in cannabis, and many have not been involved in any pre-revenue startup business in a development stage industry like this. So surprises happen more often than not. And it's important from day one, even before, well before we start soliciting capital to get the business started, to build out the infrastructure of the organization and to align them to critical enterprise value drivers. It's vital for the cannabis organization, the team members, even the folks on the floor, to be able to understand the perspectives and the interests of the third-party capital providers. So we'll talk about historical changes and the turbulence that's happened. We'll talk about what appears to be some accelerated litigation trends throughout the country. We'll certainly focus on the global and local value drivers, the KPIs in the cannabis space, in particularly what we like to refer to as soft, intangible KPIs that relate specifically to the cannabis industry. We will also frame all of this discussion in what we refer to as a 4-pillar model for assessing financial viability and valuation. And those 4 pillars are straightforward. The first one being liquidity and efficiency, the second one being profitability, the third one being the pillar of solvency, and the fourth one, what we refer to as our soft KPI drivers. So we're looking forward to this opportunity to share our rapidly evolving experience in this space, to focus on the unique characteristics of valuation in this space and the hurdles that we have to go through in order to do those things. But more importantly, we're going to focus on real granular KPI performance indicators all of which, if it put in place, significantly increases the likelihood of being successful in raising capital and the likelihood of having a successful cannabis operation 5-6 years down the road. Thanks a lot. Look forward to seeing you.